views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open 2.0. I'm your host, Sienna Barrett. Without tells the story of an elderly man whose life is battered in the cruel world of alcoholism. As he stumbles into a situation where all hope is lost, a spark of kindness changes his life in a way no one could have ever expected. Here to tell us more about this powerful film is director Paola Sinisgalli and producer Francesca Bianchi. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. So glad to have you here. So, before we get straight into the film, I have to ask, this is directed to both of you, what made you want to go into this field of media? What made you want to be a producer? What made you want to be a director?
Basically, I studied economics and marketing, which has absolutely nothing to do with film. But film has always been an underlying passion in my life. I've always watched a lot of movies since I was very young. And 2 years ago, we launched our own company with Francesca, whom I used to go to high school with. And we decided to open a department for video production, which is one of the most important tools nowadays for storytelling and for communication amongst brands and businesses. I thought that because we opened this, production department, it could be interesting to do our own project in the world of cinema. So I had a story in mind. It was a story that had been told to me during a trip in Costa Rica. It was a very, very interesting and deep story. It was a true story that happened to a man in the middle of nowhere in Costa Rica. And I thought, why not? We have all the resources to shoot a movie and to produce it. Why can't we take this story that has touched me so much and produce it ourselves? And that's how Without was born.
And what about you? Why did you want to be a producer?
Well, it happened a little by chance. So just putting together our skills and experimenting with this project, we got to really find out what it is to be a producer, what it is to be a director, and it's been a great learning experience. So it's all new, but it's been great so far for us.
That's great. So the funding for this movie, for your film Without, can you tell us a little bit more about that and how that went about?
So yes, we used a platform called Kickstarter, which is very well known nowadays for crowdfunding, and we set our target to 15,000 and over how many days?
2 months.
Over 2 months, and we were very successful in reaching that goal and actually going over, and that was our main way of getting the funds we needed. We also approached different organizations who donated, and even today we still have an account on what is called Capipal, where you can donate in case anybody's interested. There's still a lot of fees that we need to cover, and that's something that just is going to keep going until we're done with all the festivals and sending it out to the various festivals across the country.
Okay. And from my knowledge, this funding is still open because you're still, campaigning for your film.
Yes, it is, exactly, because there's a lot of fees involved with obviously festivals and other expenses along the way. So the project is, let's say, not finished yet. It's a continuous project.
Right. And you guys also have a website. So can you tell me a little bit more about your website and how it helped or helps with your campaigning for the film?
Sure. So basically, we used our own company, which is TheCreativeShake, to launch the project. And because in-house we can create websites, Francesca took care of creating a website for the film itself. So we used that website to promote the campaign. So website was created. We launched the Kickstarter campaign, which, by the way, was it was a roller coaster of emotions, really. It's a very intense moment when you decide to do a crowdfunding campaign, because you're asking help to people who don't know you. So users that use Kickstarter can go on it and, you know, if they like the project, they'll put money into it. If they don't like it, they might share the project just to show it to other people. And after we launched the campaign, we also did some PR to help it grow. And that was, you know, you send the press back to the website, to your social media. And so it was, let's say that the support came from many different angles. A crowdfunding campaign is a very convenient method to try and realize your dreams. It brings everyone together, and you can speak to people who are close to you and people that don't know you, as I was saying before. A lot of the funds came actually from friends and family, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
And fools, they say, the three magic Fs. And a lot of it, though, came also from people who didn't know us, who just found the project to be very interesting.
Right.
We had a very big, how do you say, donator. He put 1,500. He was the executive producer of Without. He actually came on set after seeing, you know, what we had done previously with the campaign, and that for us it meant so much, because you know, there is someone who believes you in Switzerland, like you know, from here. Like I woke up in the morning at 7 a.m. and I saw that someone had pledged 1,500 and I didn't know them. It's really amazing. It's something that definitely, like, all people should use when they have something in mind that they would like to accomplish, but they don't know how to because they need funds.
Yeah.
So Kickstarter, let's say it's the main one. It's American. It actually launched in Europe as well in September, in Italy and other, let's say, Mediterranean countries. And another big platform that I really want to mention is Indiegogo. It's another platform just like Kickstarter that is needed for crowdfunding, but there are many others. These are the two main ones, and they were very, you know, useful to us.
Yeah, obviously, because this got so much support, and that's amazing. And that's a perfect segue into the quick sneak peek we're going to get at the production of Without.
Dentro casa, per favore, grazie.
Sacchi in campo.
Azione! Nome 5 prima.
Welcome back to Open 2.0, and you just saw an inside look into the inspirational film Without. Joining us on set is the film's director and producer. Welcome back.
Hi.
So, from what I read in the press release for this film, this is a very inspirational story. So can you tell me more about its message and the content behind the film?
I think Paola's the right person to ask for this.
I want to hear from both of you.
She
Go
doesn't want to
ahead.
talk. Francesca and I both moved here approximately at the same time. It was almost 5 years ago now. And coming from, Italy, where things are smaller, you're more used to spending time with family because we have Sundays there, something that in New York I don't think exists. And we just realized that we're losing a bit of touch with reality, and we're using that humanity that used to characterize our lives and should be part of our lives. As I told you earlier, this was a story, or a true story, that I heard when I was in Costa Rica, and it really touched me because it plays a lot on emotions and on that compassion that we should never lose.
Right.
And it's the story, as you said, of a man who manages to turn his life around thanks to, human connection, thanks to a special bond that he creates with another man in a small village in southern Italy, which, by the way, you saw in the backstage. It's called Vaglio. It's a small village in a very beautiful and rural region of southern Italy called Basilicata.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want to talk about the people who were involved and
Yeah,
who
I
should be
think-
mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also, the message also kind of applied to the experience, because obviously from the busy life here in New York and going to this town in Italy and shooting there, it really also brought us back down to, a different level, more human connection, even with the team that we were working with, and they were all amazing. We worked with a great editor out of New York who also came on set, called Giacomo Lampariello. We had another great producer and assistant director, Isabella Roberto and Giulio Poidomani. They were great, and now they're also here in New York. So the team has moved here, and we're still working on it together. So it's great to have the team all together here in New York at the moment. And yeah, we'll just keep working on the project together, and it's been, again, a great experience.
It sounds like it. It sounds so wonderful. So where can we find out more about you and your upcoming projects?
Again, you can follow the Facebook page as well as the website. We keep it updated. Also the TheCreativeShake's website and Facebook pages will give you constant updates on what's going on and other projects that we're working on. So definitely those are the go-to places if you want to stay in touch and see what we're working on.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming. It's
Sana.
been a pleasure. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. I want to thank our guests for joining us, as well as our crew. And I'll see you next time here on Open 2.0.